I don't know if this can hear me or not, but I have to talk about this star people thing or whatever it is that's been going on. Apparently, I'm just being awakened to something that I didn't know nothing about. I mean, I've paid attention. I've always been there. Felt like I was different and stuff, but I thought it was just a normal person's thing. Come to find out, I've been having these dreams that have really came true. My mother told me my first word was C. I would point up to the sky and say C. Recently, I've had this dream where I was this child talking to this man in like a lab coat, and he's like, "Will, William, get inside this." What it looked like to me was like a motorcycle standing straight up, and I got in it, and then all of a sudden he did something, and it started transforming around me. I was wondering why. I was like, man, this motorcycle's too big for me because I couldn't reach the handlebars. That was way too high up. And I remember as it was changing, I looked over and I told a friend of mine, I said, hey, check this out. And I had this feeling like I've always known this guy, but he was a kid when I seen his face. And I was like, man, look at all those other little kids over there. But I didn't pay that any attention. And I have never seen this guy before in this life. Now I'm getting something. And then all of a sudden, these two, I come to find out, it changed into a spaceship. It was red. And it went around me, bubbled me up, it lifted me in the air. I felt like I was really lifted up. And then all of a sudden, I seen these two bright lights, and it was two images, not even images, they were like two silhouettes of two people on each side of the lights. All of a sudden, the lights got really bright, and that's the last thing I saw. Now, and then I woke up, and I got this dream happen because I found something that said you should find out, if you want to know your origin, you should write down, I would like to know what my origin is, and please help me with the understanding to wake up and still remember it. Pretty much. Come to find out, I've had that dream before. So when I had that, I was like, man, that was kind of weird. And before I found out about this whole Star People thing, I felt like I didn't belong because I had this dream of these. It was like some lightning, and I saw it like in a certain section of the sky. It wasn't like lightning all around. It was just like in a distance. And I was at work like a normal person, but all of a sudden, like the lightning formed a circle, and it came down. All of a sudden, it was a ship that just came out the clouds of the sky. So now that this ship came up, all of a sudden, I naturally, me being me, I freaked out, thought Independence Day, ran, and apparently there was a bunker near me. Other people were in the bunker too. And when we got to the bunker, the door was locked. And they said, hey, William, why don't you go check for the key? And I was like, why I gotta go check for the key? But okay, I'll go get the key. I go upstairs, and there's a bunch of people sitting down at park benches and stuff, talking and chit chatting. And I went over to one guy. I was like, hey, what happened to the aliens? He was like, we're standing right here. Like, you don't notice us? I was like, no. He was like, yeah, it's because we look like you. And I said, but what do you really look like? He said, do you really want to know? And I was like, yeah, of course. And all of a sudden, he got super large, and he was like super fat, but he wasn't fat. He was just like a big old blob. And I was so too close to him, and his freaking weight fell on top of me and pinned me to one of the park benches. And so he was over top of me, and I didn't get to see what he looked like. All I know is that he got really heavy, and I literally felt this weight on my body. Then all of a sudden, like, he goes back to being small. I wasn't scared or anything. I was like, oh man, you're getting kind of big over me, and you would think I wouldn't be able to breathe, but I wasn't worried. And as he got smaller, this little girl next to me, she was like, hey, I drew a picture of what he looked like. You want to see him? And she drew a picture, but it was in crayon, and it looked like a little girl did it. And I seen that he was big and round, and he had a head and arms and stuff like that. And I was like, man, what was that all about? And I went to go, and then I said, oh, well, I'm going to talk to some more people. He said, we've always been around you. He said, we came to get a few of y'all. And I was like, what do you mean you came to get a few of us? And he said, we've always been around, and it's time for us to go home. And I said, okay. And I said, well, I'm gonna go talk to some more people and find out what's going on. I mean, it was people in my dream I never even thought about seeing. I mean, like Jessica Alba, Tim Robbins, like famous people. I mean, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I indexed my ex-wife for some apparent reason, and she's thinking I'm making it all up and stuff like that, making it seem like I'm crazy. I was like, fine. I was like, you know what? I'm surprised. I wonder if anybody's posting on Facebook about this. So I decided to go on Facebook and see if anybody's talking about it. Come to find out, when I was looking at Facebook, I had already woke up, and I woke up from the bed, reached for my phone, and I was looking up Facebook. Didn't even know I woke up from this dream yet, but the dream was over. That happened, and that's when I felt like I didn't belong. I've been in the military. I've traveled all over the place. I have many friends, but and I can always fit in, but I always felt like I didn't belong everywhere I go. And I mean, now I live in Houston, Texas. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, because I was raised in both places. Now, I've been in the military. I've traveled all over the world, and including Iraq. I've had near-death experiences. Nothing really bothers me, but I love my life. I love animals. I love science. Little kids, they're always coming to me. I'll talk to any animal just because it's an animal don't mean I won't talk to it. Little kids, they always come and always want to play with me. I don't know why, because I really don't think I'm that good with kids, but kids love me. That's fine by that. I've had dreams that has actually come true. So, and then I decided, I was like, man, I keep traveling around looking for a place to belong. But everywhere I go, even the places I love being, I feel like I don't belong there, so I have to move on to some other place. I don't even know if this camera is going to work, because this is my first time recording anything. Like, so I hope this works, and I'm not just talking to get this off my chest. I hope it's actually recording me. I don't know. I mean, I put myself in debt to help people out. I've been in two marriages, and I just lost interest in being with the women I was with. I mean, I like them and I loved them and stuff, but I was like, man, I'm really getting tired of just being around them. Maybe I should be by myself. And I mean, I'm by myself now, and this whole everything coming up and stuff, but I believe I am in the middle of my awakening, and I felt like I should post about it, because ever since I turned 30, I'm 30 years old, and ever since I turned 30, I've been like losing interest in some of the things that I really used to love to do. I mean, I was a big video game guy, and I played video games for the stories and for being in that other world. I love being in that other world of wherever I was. My dreams are starting to feel like they're actual times that I'm around. I'm talking to people that I have no clue who I've talked to. I've seen Jesus in my dreams, and he's talked to me, and I've got to the point to where I've seen him talking to other people, and I would get jealous because I wanted Jesus to just talk to me. I believe in God heavily, and I believe everything happens for a reason, and he's made everything happen to me for a reason. Shoot. I really don't know what else is really. If you would get to know me, I love to make people laugh. People at my job love me, and that time I don't know why. I work hard. My sleep schedule isn't the normal sleep schedule. I will be up in the middle of the night, sleep sometimes on the day, or I sleep when I get sleepy. I eat when I get hungry. Everything else is just me being active. I just naturally have energy. I do hurt myself. I am hyper extensive. I can hyperextend my arms and my legs. I can bend back farther than you would believe. You don't believe me? Let me show you. I hope that I can see me, but I can go that far back, and there's nothing. I mean, I can just shake my or that right there. Can't go all the way around. I haven't mastered that part yet, but my legs hyperextend, like they go back like that instead of the normal knees that couldn't go past this angle. Mine can go like that. I don't know if there's a way I can show you that too, but let me see. Let's see. That's a hyperextended knee right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's pretty hyperextended, and I just pop it back up. Anyway, Maybe I can show you this way. Watch this. Alright, see my knees? Check this out. That's how my knees supposed to be. That's how they go. It's not that bad. Doesn't hurt. I can stand like this and feel comfortable. That's me. Alright. I've always been told I look younger than I am. That apparently is the thing. They say, you don't look 30. Well, I am. I'm 30 years old. And now I got my awakening, and more things are starting to make sense. I look up at the stars every chance I get. Ever since I started this whole awakening thing, I've been seeing. I live in Houston, Texas right now. I'm not from here. I really don't have any family here. I feel like I'm always being taken care of. I have a job. I love people, so I'm not depressed about anything or anything like that. I mean, I kind of wish I could have been with the rest of the world and stuff like that, but it didn't happen that way. And let me see, what else do I really have for y'all? I mean, I really think I might be one of these people that everybody's talking about. I'm good at being a messenger. I'm good at conversating with people. I'm not your normal black guy. I really can't even tell what race I am. I mean, I love all things, whether it be rock and roll, rap, I love music. Music is awesome. I love art. I always see like the superhero shows. I always felt like I wanted to do something more like Nightcrawler has always been my favorite X-Men, just because he can teleport. I've always wanted to teleport. If everybody could pick a superpower, teleporting would be my superpower, and it just so happens that I travel all the time, and if I could just get from place to place like that, I would be so much happier. I'm claustrophobic. I don't like being enclosed in areas. I like to have my space and stuff like that. I can only be around crowds for a little while. It's cool being around people, but after a while I'm like, look, alright, I just want to be left alone. I want to go be with me and chill out and maybe watch Tosh.0 or Family Guy or South Park or something like that. I'm not into politics. I really don't care about it all. Like, hey, what about Obama? He's a black guy. I really don't care. I mean, okay, just another person who's just doing something that I really don't care about. A lot of stuff that's been out there. I feel like people are repeating stuff. History's repeating itself. I'm noticing just things happening here and there, and when I try to explain it to people, they look at me like I'm crazy. So nobody really understands me. I think I have one friend who may understand me, and because I believe he may be a star helper or one of those, and he doesn't understand what I'm talking about yet. So maybe his awakening hasn't came yet. But if I've had some more things to show you or tell you, my near-death experiences, they've always been almost getting T-boned and just telling my friend, having enough time to say, yo, stop, before I got T-boned. And if I wouldn't have said, yo, stop, and he wouldn't have stopped, I would be dead right now. Like I would say, been to Iraq, was in the military, made it home, almost without a scratch on me. My heel, I don't mind when I get hurt and stuff like that. I never pay attention to this. Right here, I don't know if I can be seen. Let's see if I can get closer to it. But I was stabbed in the hand by some glass. It healed, went all the way through. It healed in no time. When I got stitches for a hand in my glass, the glass in my hand on my other hand, the doctors was amazed that I was watching them put the stitches in. It wasn't bothering me. I didn't even feel the pain of them putting the stitch in. And that's just a few of the things that's happening. I'm just saying that I believe something's happening to me, and I'm in the middle of waking up from it. It's almost like the whole Matrix thing. So I try to tell people if they want the blue pill or the red pill, but I'm starting to notice that there's something out there, and I believe in aliens and I believe in God. I believe they have significance with each other, and not sure exactly what it is yet. When I was a child, I had a dream that the rapture, I guess you can say, was happening. And all it was I was at school, and I looked up and I saw the sun. And when I saw the sun, all of a sudden the sun got kind of dark, and there was a hand behind the sun, and it was making little motions coming out the side of the sun and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden it had a gun. It was holding a gun, but the barrel was away from it. And then I looked down, and there were these giant praying mantises. And I was like, I mean, praying mantises, I guess, always been my favorite insect, but I never was like till I grew up and got older. And this is like sixth, seventh grade when I had this dream, but I never forgot it. And all the praying mantises, the giant one, they were lined up and they had clipboards, and they were seeing who, I guess, it had everybody's name on it, or who was going to go with them. And me, I was had such a childish demeanor that I kept saying, "Hey, hey, am I on that list? Hey, am I on that list?" And I can tell, even though they didn't have normal human faces, that I could tell I was annoying this praying mantis angel slash angel, or whatever you want to call it. And my stepfather chopped it up to, the TV shows I was watching and stuff like that. When I tried to explain dreams and stuff I had with my mom, nobody really understood what I was trying to tell them. I'm not your average guy, and I know that. I've been an eyeball for a long time. It's never changed. I'm used to it now. I actually embrace it. Find it to be funny, freaking see, I'm stuttering. I find it to be kind of hilarious. Um, I don't know what else to say. I mean, there's more to me, and I'll probably do a much better one than this, because this probably didn't even record anything. So I probably said a whole lot of stuff for nothing. So, y'all have a good day, and I hope to hear from somebody. Y'all can comment if you want, or whatever you want to do, even if this worked. So, had to feel like I had to share it in some form or fashion. This probably has no sound though.